Hi everyone, this is Tanya from Flying Dog Studio. Thank you so much for joining me as I clean and ink my pens that you see here today. This one is a Sailor Fude de Mannen pen. That one has brown ink in it, and that's what I'm going to load both of these with. What makes this pen special, if you're unfamiliar with this type of fountain pen, is it has that little bent nib. And then I have one of my favorite fountain pens, and this is the Pilot Prera. Right now, that is loaded with black ink, so I'm going to have to clean this one and put the brown ink in there for an upcoming project. Now, if you're only interested in the Pilot pen, you can skip about halfway in this video, and that's where we will be cleaning that one and putting the ink in it. So as you see, I have 2 cups of water, and that's for that Pilot Prera. This is the ink that I have in there right now on that Pilot. I have the black ink, and this is Noodler's ink. Both of these are Noodler's ink, and this is the one I'm wanting to put in these pens because I'm doing some projects. If you haven't kept up with my series, I have been doing some Beatrix Potter, and now I'm going to do some Cicely Mary Barker, and they both inked with brown ink, so that is what I'm doing. And you can see all the supplies I have here, just some paper towels. I have a little ceramic dish, and I also needed some Q-tips, which, okay, Q-tip is the brand name. They're cotton swabs, and we don't even buy brand name. I think we're just used to calling them Q-tips in the US. But the first thing we're going to do is take this pen apart because I want to show you how this works. I already have the little converter in there. It came with nothing inside. It did come with a couple little cartridges. To get that out, you're just going to give it a good tug. Now, this is a cartridge that came with it. These are filled with black ink, and they are not waterproof, so I need something waterproof like my Noodler's ink. To put them in, there you can see right under my finger, there's a little arrow on that cartridge. That's what goes down into the pen. You would take that, put it in there, and give it a, well, maybe not a shove that hard, but give it a nice firm push in to break that plastic. You're not going to break the pen. It's okay. And you see I'm giving that a nice shove back in there. Want to make sure it's in there very well so it doesn't leak. This is why I have the ceramic dish, so I don't make a mess. I have it on there. The pen will have, oh, it's so hard to see there. I'm sorry, that's out of focus. There's a tiny little hole on the nib. You want to submerge that down into the ink, and you're going to screw the little thing and pull it up in there. That will not fill up completely the first time, so if you're new to filling ink pens this way and you fill it up the first time and nothing comes up into the cartridge, it's not broken. Make sure you have it shoved in pretty well, and then try again, because it takes a couple of times for it to fill up the bottom of the pen, and then the second or third time you do it, it will pull it up into the pen. This one was just almost empty, so I had to do it a couple of times. And doing it a couple of times allowed me to get the ink farther up into that converter. So I'm putting the lid on. That's the first thing you do, put the lid on. You can see how far I went up on that nib, and I'm just going to clean it off. And I do this because, and I know dragging it across the top, I'm pulling ink out of there. But around this area, I want to get the ink off. I don't want it to dry on there. This ink, this Noodler's ink, is a special ink because it has a lubricant in it. And this allows you to keep it in your pen because it is waterproof. And you don't want to keep waterproof inks in your pen if they're not made a certain way. They have to be made with certain pigments and made a certain way, processed a certain way in order for you to keep them in your pen. I found this out the hard way. So this, I read up on it, and this particular ink, and I'll link all of these down below, it has a lubricant and it does not dry up in my pen. Sometimes I will go a week before I use it and it's fine. So I'm going to double check it here, make sure it's working well. And this is why I like the Fude de Mannen pen. It allows me to get thin lines, and then if I lay it down a little bit flatter, I can get a thick line. I can rotate the nib and drag it off into a thinner line. If you're interested in either of these pins today, I do have videos that I will link down below where I open them, unbox them, and ink them for the first time, and maybe get a little more information inside of something you might like to use. I always do an ink check. It looks like I didn't get too covered in ink, so let's get started on this Pilot Prera. One thing about the Pilot Prera, I do have the black ink in there. We're going to put the brown, again, Noodler's ink. I'll have it linked down below. This is my India ink, and the one with the little stopper at the top. Don't use that. That is a waterproof ink, but it's not made for pens. It's made more for a dip pen. This was a little hard to get apart, so I had to go to the kitchen and grab a jar opener, but I can't believe I got that on there that tightly, but I did. This also came with little cartridges, and I purchased the converter separately, again, so I could use my own ink. This one's unusual in that you can see through the barrel. And you see those little balls in there going back and forth? I have no idea what those are for. I've not figured it out. If you know, tell me down below, because I don't know what they're for. So this is what the water is for. I do know what that's for. I'm going to be sticking this down in there and then screwing and unscrewing that probably about 5 or 6 times. And that is not ink in there. That is actually ink that was down in the bottom of the pen that I wouldn't be able to drain out, so I couldn't save any of that. That's just extra ink. So I've done that quite a few times, and you can see when I pull that back, there's still going to be some down in there. I can see it down farther in the pen. But you can see those balls are a little cleaner, but they still are stuck together with ink. So now I have my clean one, and I'm going to pull ink up into that, or water up into that rather, and then dump it down into the dirty one. And again, I did it about 5 or 6 times, and that seemed to clean it out fairly well, but we still have quite a bit more cleaning to do on it. Therefore, all of the little paper towels and all of the cotton swabs. So I pulled out and again, you just take it and pull it apart. I pulled out the converter, and we're going to clean inside of that. And you can see those were not made for this particular pen, but the ones for the Pilot pen look just like those for the Sailor pen. I'm going to stick it down in the water and just pull it straight up with that and give it a few cleanings that way, because where it fits down into the pen is dirty inside of there. So I'm going to be using my Q-tips on that. I keep calling them Q-tips. Sorry about that. Sorry to all of you. I'm sure they're not watching, but all of you manufacturers who make cotton swabs, I know you're not all called Q-tips, but you can take the ends of these and flatten them, and they make makeup, you know, ones that are flat like that on the end, but I just use these and flatten them out, and that allows me to get down on either side of the part that goes down into the tip of the pen. So I got that all cleaned out. I'm going to rinse it one more time to make sure there's not anything stuck down in there. I do that quite a bit. I just want to double check it. Now, because we're putting all of this water in this pen, I don't want to turn around and put ink in there. So I will let it set and dry for a while, and then I'll come back later and put the ink in, but you'll get to see that part as well. So that part is clean. Now we're going to have to clean the end with the nib, and you can see it goes back and forth perfectly clean. Again, going to stick it down in there, give it a good shake, get everything nice and wet on both sides. And we're going to go back to using the cotton swabs. And again, I just flatten it out, and you can see how dirty it was down in there. I like to get all of that out. And one part I did not show is the cap on this pen. When I snap it together, it always gets ink on the inside. So again, cotton swabs on the inside of that cap, and it just comes right out. So there we go. It looks nice and clean to me, and we're going to test it. Like I said, I tested all the way through. Just one more time. Put it back together so we can test it. And you can see it's perfectly clean. It's got a little water in there, and it is nice and clean. No more black ink. So gonna take the water out of it here. I want it, like I said earlier, I want it to get nice and dry. So I'm gonna dry it off. I'm going to separate it, and once again, go around one more time, kind of get the excess water out. And if there's any left over when I put them back together, if there's any left over ink that got on the inside again. I'm going to be cleaning that out. But as far as the water goes, no more water, just making sure I get all of those parts dry. This is Arkansas, and when I made this video it was summertime, so the window's open and it's drying pretty quickly. There's my ink. It's called Polar Brown ink, and I'm putting it back together, and just get those out of my way. There we go. Again, doing it on my little ceramic dish. And I'm going to put that little hole all the way down in there. And like I said earlier, it's going to take me several tries to pull it up in the pen. And the thing about these Pilot Preras, they never fill completely up. I have to do it several times, but they never fill completely up to the top. And that's the only thing I can say I don't like about the pen. But everything else, I absolutely love this pen. And if anyone is wondering about my little ceramic plate there, I also use that as a palette when I paint. Someone asked where I got it. It came from a Dollar General store. I don't know if they're all over the U.S. I don't know what you have in your country if you're not from the U.S., but that's a bottom of a butter dish, and I threw the top away. I didn't need it, but it was perfect for this. So again, we're cleaning the pen. I like to get the excess ink off, and this is made a little differently with the nib than the other one, the back side of it, so I didn't actually have to use the cotton swabs in there. So you just put it together, and I'm going to test it out. This pen does not make the thick and thin lines like the Fude de Mannen does, but I can get a variance in lines in there, and it's working perfectly. Now, if I turn my nib upside down and right on the back side, I can get thinner lines, but they're a little thinner than what I need for some projects. But if you are interested in fountain pens, I suggest you try these two out. They're wonderful. If you have any questions about fountain pens, or if you have some tips or tricks for us, please put those down in the comments below. I do have, now this is my one, I keep black in that one all the time. So I have one black one and one brown one. I love these two pens. I love those Sailor Fude de Mannens. But if you have any questions or comments, do put those down below. I do have an inking project coming up. I hope you'll check that out. It'll be out in the next couple of days. And until then, I will see you in the next one.